Beyond the Gates time, let's get into it. So, Bill has prepared this nice breakfast spread for him and Hayley, and he's hoping she will change her mind about going to St. Bart's. And she is like, absolutely not. This is good, but this is not good enough. I have not changed my mind, and we need to go to St. Bart's. Dani and Vanessa are catching up at the country club, and they're talking about Dani's meeting with Tatum and how she was really interested in all of Dani's feedback. And then, of course, they start talking about Bill and Hayley as Dani is convinced Hayley is cheating and she can't wait to expose it. Speaking of the man Hayley is allegedly cheating with, we see Randy at the casino and Joey's like, oh, it is rare that you beat me into the office. And Randy tells Joey that an airport manifest had Heather's name on it, and so he trailed her. Randy followed Heather to a theater, and Joey was like, she's not a cinephile from what I know, so she's probably there meeting someone, or she figured out that you were trailing her, so she ducked in there. So then Randy said he sent some other guy to keep surveillance on Heather, and Joey's okay with that, but he's just like, he wouldn't put it past his sister to be meeting with someone there and try to flirt her way into his organization, because Joey made it clear last week he doesn't want Heather encroaching upon his business. So Andre's still clearly stressed out over this text he received from someone from the past, and he's called Smitty down to Orphe Jeans to help him with something, as Smitty is an investigative journalist. At the other booth at Orphe Jeans, we see Ted and Eva just catching up. Eva has finally been allowed to start working again, and Ted's just like, I'm so glad you're back. You keep everything running so smoothly. All I have to do is worry about my patients. But this meeting is not about that. I understand you're having some issues with your surgical scar. And Eva's like, oh, Leslie ran her mouth. Then we see Nasty Nikki and Dr. Feelgood catching up. Kyle was unable to spend the night with his beloved, but he's ready to make up for lost time today. And Nicole's like, well, I do have something I need to tell you. I bet it's about how she shut down Carlton. Ooh, Vanessa clocked Dani real good. So Dani keeps going on and on about how she is convinced Hayley is cheating on Bill with Randy or whatever he's calling himself. And Vanessa was like, why do you care so much? Your children are grown. They don't need you to run interference in this situation. And perhaps your elevator tryst with Bill meant a little more than what you are letting on. And Dani's just like, before that, we saw Bill and Hayley talking again. He was like, after a year of marriage, I thought these insecurities would have basically been alleviated by now. And Hayley's just like, the girl's accusing me of cheating is the last straw. And she is tired of talking about Dani as well, because Bill was like, okay, I'll talk to the girls. I'll talk to Dani again. And Hayley's just over it. Whatever. Why do you care? So Randy's guy, Vinny, is 3 rows behind Heather in this movie theater, and all she's doing is eating a large bucket of popcorn and chuckling hysterically. And Joey is just like, I don't even believe this. We need to figure out what Heather is up to right now and nip it in the bud. Yes, Joey. So Nicole is beginning to tell Kyle about her conversation with Carlton, and Kyle thinks Nicole is letting him down gently. So he's like, you don't even have to say it. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You're more comfortable with Carlton and you've chosen him. Nicole was like, will you hush and let me tell you what actually happened? So Ted is being a great dad. He's being very gentle about the conversation. He's asking Eva how she feels about the scar, and she says she is grateful for being alive and healthy, and she doesn't want to seem ungrateful, but the scar is just a lot for her to deal with. She's thankful that Kat's scar is minimal, and Ted explains that for the donor, it's less invasive because Kat had laparoscopic surgery to remove the piece of her liver. It sounded like they had to gut Eva open like a fish. I mean, I've had a C-section. I know a little something about it. And so, again, Eva is happy that she's alive and well, but she's just really struggling with this part of the entire situation. And Ted is giving a listening ear. And Eva's also talking about how it's hard to cope with the fact that she has a piece of a half sister who basically hates her. Now, I thought we were past this part too. Like, I mean, I get it, but I didn't think that was a contributing factor to Eva's disdain about this surgery scar, but let's keep going. Side note, real quick, before we get into the rest of this drama, y'all know I had to put on some hair before I recorded this video, and this is one of my absolute favorite wigs from Amazon. It's a U-part wig. It is super affordable and the quality is beautiful. As you can see, people always think this is my hair. It is not. So if you want the exact link to this wig, check out my link tree. It is highly promoted on there with a great big picture. You can't miss it. You could also get the other items that I use to just lay down my hair, some makeup, some lip gloss, etc. So yeah, grab yours today and let's get back into the drama. Joey's about to put an ad in the paper for new help. Vinny has lost Heather. How? Y'all were in a movie theater in the movie. How did she disappear? Joey was like, fix it and fix it now because Heather could be anywhere. Vanessa and Dani are still discussing this Bill situation. Dani is hopeful that Bill will basically have a come to Jesus moment, listen to what they're saying, accept the evidence that they're going to prove, and that he will divorce Hayley and everyone else can move on with their lives. Sorry. Vanessa was like, are you trying to convince yourself or are you trying to convince me? Now, before they can continue the conversation, why is Heather behind Vanessa? I just had to stop by and say hello. Like, so Hayley keeps complaining about the current status quo. The daughters hate me. She's tired of Dani, and it's time for her to prioritize her own mental health. And basically, she's going to St. Bart's with or without Bill. And Bill was like, I mean, you make it sound like you're not coming back. I mean, are you planning to come back? Kyle shuts his mouth long enough for Nicole to clarify that what they have is fresh, fun, and sexy, and she's ready to go all in. Not saying that she wants to be long-term committed or whatever. She's just ready to only date Kyle at this point. If that is also what Kyle wants. He doesn't answer, he just kisses her. So let the relationship officially begin. I am so glad Carlton is gone. I mean, Carlton is cute as well, but Carlton is a snake. I will say this forever. If Carlton was best friends with Ted, he had no freaking business pursuing Nicole in the first place. I don't care if you liked her 30 years ago. Ted got to her first and they were married and they have a whole ass family. So, I won't miss Carlton at all. So Hayley informs Bill that she has already purchased a ticket and it has an open-ended return date. She is sorry for Bill, but she is leaving and she heads off to pack. And then Bill says, oh, wait. Ugh. I don't know what Heather has up her sleeve, but she is just as slick as Joey. So she's there at Uptown schmoozing it up with Vanessa and Dani. She's like, oh, I didn't know you knew the Dani Dupree. Can I please get a selfie? And Dani's like, sure, but Vanessa's like, And then Heather wants to make sure that Vanessa is in this selfie as well. Okay. And Dani was like, make sure you tag me in it when you post it. And Heather's like, oh no, this isn't for social consumption. This is just a brag to a few friends. So then Vanessa's like, oh, does Joey know you're in town? And Heather says no, and blah, blah, blah. But oh, by the way, remember that offer to have dinner? Let's set that up. Vanessa, okay, I know she's a dingbat, but I can tell she is leery of this woman, and she should be because Joey did warn her. So Nasty Nikki and Dr. Feelgood waste zero time celebrating the exclusivity of this relationship. I'm not mad at it. Dr. Umar's gonna be mad at it, but I'm not mad at it. So after their romp, Nicole just warns Kyle, just like, now that we are exclusive, be ready for the real interrogation from the Duprees. And he is like, bring it on. He is ready. Eva is not trying to hear what Ted or Carlton have to say because Carlton just told her the same thing the other day about these scars and needing to wait. And so she's not pleased to hear that. Then we see Andre and Smitty still talking. Andre basically wants Smitty to help him track down this person just to see where they are at. And Smitty's telling him, like, you can send a link and geolocation, this and that. But Andre's like, I can't respond to this person. So Smitty also suggests, like, some type of legal, what do you call it? Legal search or something like that. And Andre doesn't seem to want to do that either. And Smitty asks, like, if this person has done anything illegal. Then we go back to Uptown. Now, do y'all think Andre's ex is Heather? Because we know Andre loves an older woman, even though she is younger than Joey. I don't know how much younger. She is usually in London. And the fact that we went right to Heather, Dani, and Vanessa after Andre and Smitty makes me think Beyond the Gates is setting us up for it to be Heather. This also explains why she wanted that selfie with Dani. I bet you anything she's about to text Andre and harass slash blackmail him. So Heather's going on about making these dinner plans and this and that, and Vanessa is very uncomfortable. She claims she has a showing or something like that, and she starts to excuse herself. It looked like Vanessa was thinking, oh, Heather will surely get up and leave, but she does not. So Vanessa awkwardly removes herself from the table. I wouldn't have left Heather there with my friend, but whatever. So Heather and Dani are left alone, and Heather's like, oh, I hope you're not going anywhere because I don't know a lot of people in town, and I would love to get to know you better. And I'll get the first round of mimosas. And Dani's like, sure, I'll get the second round. So Heather goes to the bar, and Dani's just like, I'm telling you, this is Andre's secret. Dumb Bill falls for it. He is going to go to St. Bart's with Hayley. He just needs to stop by the office to get some briefs because he still has to work, and Hayley whines about that, but she's like, fine, I will take you however I can get you, basically. She's gonna buy him another ticket, or she's gonna buy him a ticket, and she's gonna pack for him while he's at the office. Bill is so Bill walks into the office and he tells Caroline to, he's going out of town and to clear this and that. And Caroline's like, I already did it. Hayley called and told me you were going out of town. And he's like, oh, you know me so well, because she already had the briefs prepared and everything he was looking for. And Caroline was like, yes, I do know you so well. And so, did your doctor approve this travel? And Bill said, I'm a big boy. Okay? I don't need to be monitored, basically. And Caroline is done fighting with this man, and I will be too. She was like, enjoy your trip. And Bill said, that is the plan. Ted has suggested therapy for Eva, and Eva does not want to hear it, but Ted convinces her to at least look into it and maybe find a therapist that's younger so they can vibe. And Eva says, fine, as long as you promise never to use vibe again, and then she leaves. So then Ted sees Andre and Smitty over there talking, and he's like, hey, nephew, you're here with Smitty. You guys don't hang out that often. What's going on? And Andre covers very quickly. He's like, oh, remember that interview that Dani is going to do with the entire family and Tatum or whoever? It's just getting some suggestions from Smitty so I don't mess that up. And Ted buys it and he leaves. And Smitty's like, oh, this must be really serious since you're flat out lying to your uncle. What is going on? Vanessa runs to her boo at the casino to let him know that Heather is back in town and that she ran into her at Uptown. And Joey was like, good. I knew she was in town, but I didn't know where she was because he had just got off the phone with Vinny or Randy basically saying, you losing your job will be the least of your worries unless you find out where Heather is right now. So that's taken care of. And then Vanessa asks Joey if he would be interested in dinner with Heather. So Smitty is fishing with Andre because he's like, is this going to have any impact on you or anyone around you? Because if this is going to damage my booze campaign, I need to know now. And Andre said, there's no reason that it should. That's not the answer. But Smitty seems like he's going to take that for now. And Andre is just hoping that if he doesn't give this any energy, nothing will come of it, and he expects Smitty to also keep his mouth shut about this conversation, but you know good and well he gonna run and tell Martin, as he should. They're married, so. Vanessa is able to convince Joey to do this dinner. He said, only under one condition, as long as I can cook. And Vanessa said, you won't hear any complaining from me, because Joey wants to know what Heather wants, and Vanessa's just like, ask her, okay? Hayley and Randy are catching up over the phone, and Randy's like, I hope you're having a better day than I'm having. And Hayley recaps everything that she's done and how she's back on track. And the next time she talks to Randy, she will be rich as hell. Then she hangs up and says, tick-tock, hubby. Oh my God. So Bill is walking out of the office, getting ready to head to the airport. And he's like, bye, Carolyn. And she's like, bye, Bill. He closes that door and he hits the ground almost immediately. My man is down for the count. Thankfully, Caroline heard him hit that ground. She runs out. She drops those files. She was like, Bill! She really do love herself some Bill. She's a good one. She's trying to wake him up and she starts calling someone. I hope it's the paramedics. And then I bet she's going to call Chelsea. But that is how it ends. Little Miss Hayley is not going to get away with this after all. See you guys on Monday. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.